Hi, my name is Greg. I'm going to be giving my presentation on Chapter 19, Blogs, Wikis, and Web Pages. The first thing we have to ask is, what's the difference between a blog, a wiki, and a website? Blogs are forums for communities to share information. They are often websites, and as such, provide information. Often they are text-oriented and can be akin to a news article because they discuss matters from the author's perspective. Wikis are databases to collect information from users and distribute that information to its users. They can be sophisticated databases of primarily numbers of little use unless you're familiar with the database, and can also be lengthy, expert-written web pages about a subject, like an encyclopedia. Websites are a collection of web pages and are not necessarily mutually exclusive with blogs and wikis. Websites are often a landing page for a company. They're where customers place orders, contact staff, download files, get directions to newsletters, can look up Q&A or frequently asked questions, look up resources like customer support, legal support, and they often have a search engine to help facilitate finding all of these things. This can be pertinent since all governmental agencies have web pages in this modern era and use them extensively to coordinate within themselves and with the public that they serve. There are two main types of blogs, internal and external. An internal blog can be something like an intranet, which is like an internet, but that only serves a small group that have access to them, often the members within a company. These can have things like a moderated forum, training delivery systems, and can help facilitate services like meetings through Skype Business or through Inbox Calendar. They can also have interesting articles for those employees to read. The city of Aurora has an extensive intranet for its employees, contractors, and engineers with an internal and external blog. An external blog are really interfaces with the public between companies. These are actual company blogs that allow them to share information with the public rather than just their employees. These can also be like a newsletter to the public about affairs only pertinent to the blog writer, which is typically a corporate body. Just as there are two types of blogs, there are two types of wikis, which are internal and external. An internal wiki would be something like Walmart's SMART system, and an external wiki would be something like Wikipedia. Internal wikis are organization-level only databases that employees can interact with, either by writing in information or retrieving it. This would be like the databases that inspectors and engineers interact with to share information with one another on a current map of the city. This can also be like Walmart's SMART system that manages all of the company's inventory and is updated and referenced by its employees. External wikis are sites like Wikipedia and other wiki-like sites that largely provide expert-written articles about any number of subjects. These are often cited back to scholarly sources. So how do we make a good website? How do we avoid making a bad, or worse, an ugly website? Consider your audience first. Who is browsing your website? Is it customers, information seekers? Is it people that need customer support? What do they need? What do they expect? Do they want to see products first or see links to websites that give them answers? Consider your audience's web page navigation. Hide everything in as few clicks as possible so your page is easy to navigate so that people can get to the information they want. Consider accommodations like screen sizes, desktop versus mobile web design, text-to-speech, and language used. Storyboard your website. Make it follow something like a flowchart. Customers click things in a sequence, so make things flow together naturally from one page to another. This also means to sequence information. Give links for people to peruse. They'll click if they need that subject. Help guide the customer to what they need. Don't give them everything at once, though, and make them pick through for what they need. Chunking is important because people only care to read a little bit at a time. Too much, people will skip past it or misread it. Q&As formats are great for this, as are frequently asked questions. Chunking is about taking the whole message that you want your website to push and breaking it down into the pieces that you sequenced out before. Website design is ultimately an art, and balance between all of its matters and nuances is complicated. Websites must balance things like style, visuals, graphics, grid patterns, white space, text and font, titles, and colors all against each other to create an attractive and usable website. Because of this, they need to be approached like a chef approaches a spice rack. Moderation in everything, but sometimes employing something more than another. This also necessitates experience and an eye for art that's hard to teach, and why some people make entire professions out of website design.